So today we want to talk about future tense. Last time we talked about the past tense, and that is after we talked about the present tense. And for us to talk about the future tense, there's a verb which we must know, and that verb is Biro. Biro means to come. Biro means to come. So we need to conjugate this verb Biro in the present tense, first of all. So you remember we said that when you conjugate in the present tense, if you say I, an, what do you say?
Abiro.
Abiro. In?
Ibiro.
In Ibiro. En?
Ebiro.
O. Obiro. One?
Wabiro.
Wabiro. Un?
Ubiro.
Ubiro. Gin?
Gibiro.
Gibiro. Yeah, so we had talked about this in our previous lesson. An simply means I, in means you, and means he or she, one means we, un means you in plural, gin means they. So this is very important, especially if you want to use the word biro. So abiro, ibiro, obiro. Abiro simply means I am coming. Like somebody can call you and then you say, I'm coming. So you say abiro. Ibiro simply means you are coming. Obiro, he or she is coming. Wabiro, we are coming. And so on and so forth. So in a present tense, the trick is in the first letter a, I, O, wa, u, gi. And the remaining stem is basically just the biro itself. Now, this is the verb that we are going to use to speak in the future tense, okay? Normally they call such verbs as auxiliary verbs. So the way you would say in English, I'm going to come, or I'm going to read, I'm going to run, I'm going to speak. In that case, I'm going is the auxiliary verb, which is to help you speak in the future tense. In Dholuo, we are going to use to come, which is Biro. So if you want to say, let's use another verb. Last time we talked about which verb?
Ringo.
Ringo. Ringo. And we said it means?
To run.
To run. So if you want to say, I will run, then you take the verb biro, which is the auxiliary verb, and follow it with the verb that you want to say. So you will simply say, I will run, you say abiro, then you follow it with what? Ringo. Abiro ringo. Abiro ringo. I will run. Okay? You will run. Ubiro ringo. That is if you are many. Or ibiro ringo, you one person, means you will run. So in the future tense, all that you need is to use the verb biro, and then now you follow it with the verb itself of what will happen without changing. This one now does not change. It just ringo, ringo, ringo. Abiro ringo, ibiro ringo, wabiro ringo, gibiro ringo. Like, let's use another verb. Tedo. As we move, we are learning new words. Tedo. Tedo means to cook. So you want to ask somebody, at what time will you cook? You will cook at what time? All you need there is to know the verb to cook, and you will then cook, and then what time? What time is Saadi? Saadi. The other time we talked about Adi, if you may remember. And I said Adi means how many or how much. This one. So here you only need to say Sa Adi. Okay? What time? So you want to ask the person, what time will you cook? And I said cooking is to cook is tedo. So you simply say Ibiro tedo sa Ibiro tedo saadi. Ibiro tedo saadi. You will cook at what time? How would you say? And we also talked about numbers, by the way, from 1 to 10. How would you say we will cook at 8? 8 meaning 2. 8 would be Ario. You remember? Ario. Ario means 2. Yeah? So 8 would be either 2 a.m. Like in Dholuo it wouldn't be 8, it would be 2 now. The way you would also say in Kiswahili. Saa mbili is 8. Yeah, so in Dholuo it will also be saa mbili. So how would you say we will cook at 8? Get we will cook. To cook is tedo. We will wabiro sa and then mbili. And mbili I've said is Ario. So we will cook at 8. How do you say that?
Wabiro tedo sario.
Wabiro tedo sario. We will cook at 8. Wabiro tedo sario. So this is how you speak in the future tense. You simply use the verb biro, and then you follow it with the verb itself of what you will do. Wabiro tedo sario. Is that okay? Any question?
See, abiro, it means to come.
Mhm.
Now, how does abiro now mean you will?
Yeah, that is how it is. Like in that context, it is used like let's say in English. In English, you would say, "I'm going to read." I'm going to read. It's only that now in English, instead of using to come, we are using to go. I am going. You see, what is important here is to read. I am going is only a phrase to say that it will happen in the future. It does not mean that for you to read, you must go somewhere. You see, in that context, it's the same thing. I'm going, but to do what? To read. It doesn't mean that you are going to travel to a place to read. It only means that the reading will happen in the future. But now in Dholuo, instead of using the verb to go, we use to come. So abiro is simply used to show or indicate that it will happen in the future. Okay? And you use it for all the verbs. Whatever you do in the future. Even if it is swimming. Swimming is kwang. Kwang. To swim. Kwang. And in Dholuo, when you write the sound ng, you put the apostrophe here. That is kwang. If you don't put the apostrophe, it will be read as kwang. Okay? So it is kwang. So if you want to say they will swim. What does that? How do you say that? They will swim.
Ukwang.
They will swim. Use the verb abiro.
Oh,
Wabiro.
They.
ubiro kwan.
They.
Oh, gibiro kwan.
Gibiro kwan. They will swim. Gibiro kwan. Perfect. That's it for the future tense. Next time we'll talk about something else. Sawa.